Hello friends, this is my third installment in this electronic yo-yo, that's what I call it, monitor series. And today I was fiddling around with composite input, which is why we see this rat's nest of wires here. And I found some interesting things. Jonathan Adar came to the rescue and helped me out because I wasn't able to get any composite output on this. I was able to succeed with VGA, as you saw in my other video, but not composite. And I was connecting a RCA connector from the Apple IIc's output of composite, which normally goes here. And I had that snaked around and connected to the Eyoyo display, but I wasn't getting anything. And ultimately, Jonathan came to the rescue with a solution, and basically the output of this 2C, the composite RCA jack anyway, is defective. Now, I never noticed it being bad before. I checked that, wiggled it around. It doesn't wiggle, it's firm like a rock, but apparently it has some kind of problem. It doesn't output any video. And the reason I know it's not the monitor is because Jonathan very kindly suggested I use my plumb-in A2 Heaven Apple IIc to VGA adapter and connect it to the same 15-pin port on the back of the 2C. But instead of connecting VGA, he suggested I connect the composite output. Very nice of plumb-in to have added that, which means if you have a bad composite output on your 2C, if you have plumb-in's adapter, if you so choose, I still think VGA is better, but you can use composite output thanks to that connector, and that's the way I have it connected here. And it actually works. So there's nothing wrong with the monitor. It can display composite, quite obviously. And if you look closely, we'll get up here and see it really close. There are some disadvantages to having composite. You can see the ghosting around each icon, right? Lorem ipsum to the very left of the icon, you see a little faint outline, and also to the right, and actually around all of the icons. So that is something that's problematic with composite. But I would say that composite is much easier to read than when I use the VGA connection on plumb-in's adapter in color. It's just totally a color mess and not usable at all. But composite, at least from plumb-in's adapter, I can't vouch for what it is normally with this 2C. I assume it's the same, but it's very readable, right? I mean, it's not optimal. Optimal would be black and white, but you can only change from color to black and white using plumb-in's adapter when you have the VGA output. It doesn't apply to composite. Composite is color, and it is what it is. But I also have, on the side here, you can see my cable is connected to the headphone jack output, and I have a 3.5mm plug attached there, and then it goes through to two RCA outputs, which all three are connected to the bottom of the Eyoyo, which you can see here. Now, of course, ignore the colors. Normally, video is yellow, but I've got I just grabbed a cable, and the audio cable has yellow and black, so you've got two yellows there. But basically, you've got two audio inputs that are RCA and the video, which is also RCA. And that's what I have connected here. And the neat little thing about this monitor is it has built-in speakers. And, you know, I was hoping I could get the speakers to work without the video, but apparently if you don't have a video signal through RCA, then the audio doesn't work through RCA either. It's just one quirk of this monitor, and something to note, because when I tested with my Mac using the KMac HDMI adapter, I had the video displaying through HDMI, and I was hoping I could use the headphone jack using the same cable I have here to get the audio out that way, rather than just use a cheap old speaker to get the audio out. But it didn't work. So if you want audio out, you also have to have the video signal by composite too. But anyway, let's hear the audio. And I've got a file here. I can just double click. And there we go. And this audio is playing through the speakers at the top. So it works fairly well, actually. So if you have a defective speaker, or if you just want alternative speakers, then you can use the speakers that are built into this monitor. And by the way, I'm booted from my floppy EMU here, and it has a 32 megabyte SmartPort drive on which I have my Apple II desktop here. So in summary, this third installment is basically showing you that composite does work, the composite inputs on this Eyoyo 10-inch display. It just has the caveat that, first of all, your Apple IIc needs to have a good composite output, or you're going to need to have an adapter like mine, the Plumb-in adapter, which has a good composite output. And you're only able to get the audio out, or in other words, feed audio into this, if you also have an RCA video input. And if I initiate the screen up here, we can see, actually I moved it. That was a setting. You need to have it set to AV mode. BNC is coax. PC is, it should say VGA. I don't know why they say PC, but anyway, PC means VGA. And then you've got USB or HDMI and USB. And USB means you can plug in a USB memory card or a thumb drive with a video file on it, and it'll play back if you want to do that. And then you'll get this display, and you can show photos and do music and other things. And I currently have no USB, but it has the capability of doing that if you so desire. So a lot of nifty little features with this monitor. Just don't rely on the manual. The manual kind of stinks. It doesn't really explain all of this. It doesn't explain that you have to have an RCA video input in order to get output and things like that. So it's a bit fiddly because of the lack of documentation, but hopefully these 3 videos kind of give you an overview of what this monitor offers. I'm not saying this monitor is the best one out there. I'm just saying I got it on Black Friday sale, and I have a variety of uses for it, not only for the Apple II, but with my Mac and the little HDMI adapter that I have with the Mac. So it's very nice, compact, light, and it might be useful to some of you. So the Black Friday sale is still ongoing. So if you're interested in it, you can check it out. The stand is okay. It sometimes makes the monitor move over a little bit. It's got a little play in the back, even though I secure it. But you have to keep in mind this is an AliExpress item. It's not a high-dollar item. So just something to point out. And the height of it, this is about the maximum height you're going to get out of it too. So anyway, thank you for watching this third installment about the Eyoyo monitor. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.